Surprise live! I have to do a tie-dye tumbler because I only made 6 and I was supposed to make 7 for an order. That's luckily not due still for another month, but I figured after I posted a couple of my, what was it? I did a live on the earrings and I had some tie-dye tumblers sitting behind me and you guys are like, hey, you should do that. So since I have one more to do, I figured why not just craft with y'all. So this is what we're gonna try to accomplish. This one doesn't have epoxy on it, so Brandy, really, you love not telling people when you're going to be live. It's a surprise. You can always watch it later. I save it and put it on YouTube, so it's fine. So this is what we're gonna kind of accomplish right now. So I have my other cup. I spray painted it white like 8 hours ago. It's somehow still slightly sticky, or that's just my fingers, who knows. So white base is not perfectly spray painted, but that's fine because I'm going to color over it. So these are what I use. I got them at Tuesday Morning, which I didn't know what that was till I accidentally walked into it on my way to TJ Maxx. And then I found craft supplies in it for cheap, and I was like, why has no one told me about this? So these say that their estimated value is $30, and I got it for $10. So you can get them on Amazon too. They're just alcohol ink in the marker form, which is a lot easier to do a tie-dye with than trying to use your ink in like a paintbrush or a Q-tip. Some people use acrylic inks to do their tie-dyes. Some people do Sharpies. This is just what I found to be easiest. So I tried to use the fine side, and sorry, I was reading a comment at the exact same time I was talking. I love Tuesday Morning. I didn't know if it was a thing everywhere or if it was just a thing by me, so I'm glad that other people know what Tuesday Morning is. Now you made me lose track of that. Oh, try to use the fine side, except for some of my markers are getting a little low, so I might have to use the broad side too. But you could draw where you want to start. I tried drawing it once, and I couldn't even, my phone's blowing up. I couldn't even see my lines, and then I ended up not even being remotely close to them, which was frustrating. So then I said, screw it, I'm not doing any more lines on my cup. What works easiest for me is I just pick like a middle spot and I just squiggle a little red first. Like literally just like a little C. And then I grab my orange and I follow it around. This is kind of tedious. And the yellow is kind of a pain because it picks up the other colors, so you kind of have to be careful with that one. Don't mind my tongue, my mouth is really dry. I should have a drink. Sorry. I feel like it's weird to just stop and take a drink while I'm filming. Ah, so much better. Okay, back to it. Green. Basically, I just want to get a line down for all my colors before I make them go out more, because that's where you can start to have issues. If you bring your red all the way out and do a swirl, and then you run out of colors, and you're like, or you run out of space for your colors, and you're like, So start with this little tiny rainbow. The markers I used, they're called Firefly alcohol markers. I've seen plenty different kinds on Amazon. Those are from Tuesday Morning. Not really sure where else to get them, but if you find them on Amazon, let me know. I like them. So we're at green. I have like 3 different blues, so I'm only going to use, I think, one of the light. Oh, and I got Etsy now. Okay, sorry. I got a light blue and a dark blue, and I do like using them both on here because I think it gives a better dimension. So put my blue around. Still just on this tiny little rainbow. Literally just a squiggle of each. Purple. And then I go to my pinks. So you can kind of see how it's already turning into not a circle. But that's okay. Because now that I have all the colors right there, I take the red and I curve it inwards towards itself like a spiral. See? It's kind of hard to see. And then I'm going to follow my other colors into that as far as they can go. So and they don't have to be perfect because we're going to blend out the inks once we get them all laid in there. So it just has to be a little squiggle. So you can kind of see where I'm already running into the colors coming together right in the center. I'm not flipping you guys off. And that's what I'm saying. If you were to do your whole swirl in red first, you might run into each other. So that's why I do it this way. I don't know how other people do it. I never watched a tutorial. I just was like, oh, I could figure that out. And I really should just keep my markers in order down here. I'm just like throwing them everywhere. So we have our first little part of the swirl down, and it looks like a hot mess, and that's okay. So now I'm going to go back to my red since I have a little part to follow. And I'm going to just gradually make my squiggles longer. So you can see they're just getting longer, bigger as we go. White space is okay because it's going to help when you blend them. I'm not used to doing this backwards, so it looks weird. But I'm trying to show you guys at the same time. Which is harder than I thought it would be. Okay, so I'm going to stop red and go to my next color. It's just a lot of tedious going back and forth between colors. Again, just making my lines longer. Can you guys see? Longer as I go. And the nice thing about tie-dye is it's something that I don't think looks normal if it's perfect, because when you tie-dye a shirt, it's never perfect. So I think that's fine. So I did 6 other ones like this. Oh, see, my green's running out, so I'm gonna have to use the other end. This one comes chiseled that's what it's called, chiseled end. So I just use like the smaller point. What was I saying? So I did 6 other ones, and for some reason I could have swore the girl told me that she ordered 6, but the invoice says 7, and I looked back at her messages and it says 7. So now I had one more to do. I think I just got tired of doing this many tie-dyes, and just my brain just decided, like, nope, you're done with those. They're not so bad if you're just doing one, but you're doing a whole bunch. So see, it kind of looks like a 4-year-old colored it right now. That's okay. it'll get prettier. Holy smokes, these are a lot more work than I thought. Yeah, they are. My husband's truck alarm is going off, so if you guys can hear that, I'm sorry. You think he would go turn it off? So I'm just bringing some color back here too. Sorry, I have to aim it at myself to go around the corner. It's too hard. Purple and then pink. Okay, he turned it off, thank goodness. Sorry, I have to aim it at me again to go around this part. Okay, here we are so far. Oh, goodness gracious. So as I just get further out, the lines get longer. So you can see they're a lot tighter in the middle and then they just get kind of crazy. So now I'm going back to my red to continue around. So. You can tell when I start to get like over doing these things because my lines get a lot longer. I mean, they're supposed to get longer as you go, but they get a lot longer. And the white space helps with the tie-dyed look too, because if you think about tie-dye in a shirt, you have the white spaces from the shirt. Or whatever color shirt you're using, I guess. And I try to make my yellow sections a little bit bigger too, because when you blend them, they blend into the orange and the green so much that sometimes you lose your actual yellow color. I've had to go back in and add more yellow to them before. Green. Oh yeah, that side wasn't working. Well, okay, now that one's running out too. So I've done, I opened this pack of markers when I started these, so I did 6 other ones with these same markers. So I would say they're lasting a decent amount of time. And then when I get to the edge, I just go like that. And the light blue kind of is like the yellow too. It blends into the other colors a lot. So if you make that part a little bit bigger, that helps. Where's my dark blue? There it is. Oh, I feel like awkward at this angle. I want you to be able to see, because what's the point of me doing this if you can't see? And when I go to epoxy this too, I do a little bit of mini chandelier from Glitter by Mama Boss in my coat of epoxy. Like, I mix it ahead of time. Give it a little extra sparkle. So if you can see in this one, it's just like the perfect amount of sparkle. Because I didn't want it to overpower the tie-dye, but at the same time, it needed a little something. Now my purple's running out too. I should probably actually look to see if you guys are asking questions and answer. Hi, just coming on. What kind of markers are those? They are alcohol markers from Firefly. You have to make your daughter one. Yeah, you do. Who doesn't love a tie-dye cup? Okay, our pink. Oh, they're all getting dry. Probably because they're sitting here with all their caps off. Like I said, your lines don't have to be perfect because we're gonna blend them. Just like my paint job wasn't perfect. Let's be real, nothing I do is perfect. And light pink. And the light pink is same as the yellow and the light blue. It blends into the other ones quite a bit. So you can see I kind of just stopped at this edge. I'm going to take care of that afterwards. I'm just going to keep following my pattern around. So I'm going back up to my red now. Oh my gosh, just hit my face. And let's see if I can do it this way so you guys can still see. Some people do multiple tie-dyes kind of going into each other. This order was the first order I ever had for tie-dyes, so I really wasn't trying to get too crazy, so I just went with this style. So you can see my colors are starting to come together on each side. The double-sided marker is really nice too. When they start to feel dry, you can just flip over to a different one. Keep going. Okay, so green, 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 green. Light blue. So light blue kind of ended on going up on this edge, so I kind of just pretend that it goes up and over and then falls back down this side. Don't think it's that hard of a concept. So hopefully y'all followed me there. Okay, dark blue. So I should have been thinking when I came around this way that usually my pinks only end up in my corners. I guess that's not really a corner. On my edges. But I was not thinking. So if you don't think like me, then just color over it. There are no mistakes, only happy accidents. That's like the 8th time I've quoted Bob Ross today, so good guy. Purple, 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 purple. Purple? Yes, purple. Sometimes the purple and the dark blue look the same. So this is where I already did this purpley pink. So I'm just going to follow it around these two sides. And then I just got a little light pink in the middle. And a little bit down here. And we got it all drawn out, except for the bottom. So I kind of just follow whatever color comes down here. For this one, it was like red right here. A little of the, actually it's light pink right here. And I put stickers on the bottom of my cup, so it's not like you really see this anyways. Do I have one on here? No, but it's nothing exciting. But I have like little, I think 1 or 1.5 inch stickers with care instructions that I put on the bottom. Blue. I'm going to just finish it with that blue. So I'm going to put the caps back on these for right now. I might have to use them to fill in while I go. We'll see. I'll check questions too. This is blowing my mind. I'm just hopping on. I already answered that one. Are these alcohol markers? Yes, they are. Megan, hi. Alcohol ink markers by Firefly, you said. Yes, that is what I said. If somebody found it, like, feel free to put like an Amazon link or something like that in the comments. Obviously, if you're watching this at a later time, not in the group, you're probably not going to see that comment. Ah, I just lost a lid. Reach. Okay. So now, what we're going to do, I did totally just put the blue ones on the purple and the purple on the blue. But now what we're going to do is blend them. And I'm going to take like a little paintbrush and some alcohol and blend them out. So I have, let me get these out of the way, my little handy dandy alcohol. And I had like a perfect little brush that I was using, and I'm pretty sure I stuck it in my Mod Podge to do my geode the other day. Whoops. Forgot that. It's okay. I got more brushes. Now, when you start blending, actually I want a piece of paper towel too. When you start blending, I would blend from the lightest colors outwards. So I'm going to start with the yellow and work my way out from there. Just making sure I don't have a smaller brush handy. No, I don't think so. Maybe what's this one? No, that one's bigger. Okay, I'll live. So I put a little bit of alcohol in here. You can't see it, but I'm dabbing it on a paper towel. So I just want a little bit. Oh, I got a marker on me. And I'm going to start from my yellow and just go in between the edges of the yellow and the orange. And I'm just kind of blending them together. So can't really see it right now. And you really don't need a lot of alcohol, just a little bit on your brush. If you see it start to get a little muddy, just make sure you clean it off. It means you just got too many colors going on the brush at the time. But I'm just doing my yellow to orange right now. Cleaning it a little bit, and I'm going to pull some of my red into that now. And now I'm just doing brush strokes outwards from my red into my orange. Let's see. Right there to blend in. What's really difficult is the little tiny part here. It's just going to look like a blended mess, and that's just going to be fine because it creates the illusion, and that's what you want. And if you put a decal on it, it usually covers that middle part anyways, at least in this situation it did. So. Your purples and your blues are what's going to take over when you're blending. So those are the ones that you really gotta be careful with. And clean your brush in between. And I noticed when I put the epoxy on, I did not seal them. So I didn't clear coat them or anything. But when I put the epoxy on, I did see some lightening, not like lightning in the sky. The colors lightened after they were epoxied. So I don't know if that's because I don't seal, or if that's actually a problem with the markers. It's the only brand that I've tried so far for the markers. So kind of see, I'm just working everything together. I think these kind of take a little more artistic ability than some other tumblers, because you have to sit there and think about your brush strokes. So the light pink, remember, is another one that blends into its other colors. So right now I'm just literally doing the pink part, and then I'll go back and do the edges where it meets the purple and the red. So. Kind of all over the place, actually. But your goal is to not really see the squiggles that you made before. You just want it to kind of just all blend together. That blue's looking a bit intense, so I'm probably going to add a little bit more alcohol there and try to even take some of it up or blend it into its other colors more. I'm just not liking how much brighter it is than the other colors. So I'm just kind of softening it. A little more alcohol. Okay, that's better. So you can kind of see I'm losing that red right here. Super easy fix. Super easy if you see the marker you need. There we go. I just go back in. Okay, maybe not that end. I just go back in and I just draw literally a couple of lines where the red is. So see how I just did a few? Maybe a couple more. And then I just slightly blend them. So it gives it, brings back the red. I don't do a full, squiggle like I did when I was doing the first layers, because then it just takes over too much. But I'm just gonna blend those in. I'm sorry that you guys probably hear the dinging on my computer for notifications. There's certain ones that always go off. I don't know how to make it stop. See, we're just blending those ones in there. Since I still have quite a bit of red on my brush from blending these, I'm going to keep following my red all the way around in hopes that I don't have to add more ink to it again, or alcohol ink. And I already had put a little bit on that pink, so I'm just touching the edge of the pink to blend. I'm going in between the pink and the red right now. There's a little bit of line. And the dark pink I kind of use just to blend my purple to my other pink. I really kind of just go straight across it. Like it's not even a color that matters, I guess. It's just a blending one for me. So that's where I bring the blue out. And once it mixes, it creates the purple that we kind of lose. And if I'm not making sense, I'm sorry, because it makes sense in my brain. But I've been told my art brain doesn't always make sense. See, it's kind of tedious. Oh, we have more comments. I don't have the alcohol ink markers. Do you think Sharpies would work? I have heard that Sharpies work too. I'm pretty sure the alcohol would do the same blending with Sharpies, because I think you use alcohol to take Sharpies off when your kid colors on the wall with them. I'm not speaking from experience. But so I think that would work. Katie, you'll watch later. Okay, come back later. I mean, this is the gist of it. If you're watching and you don't want to hang out with me anymore, I mean, this is basically what you do for the entire thing. But if you want to hang out with me because I'm entertaining and you like me, then stick around. I put out new videos whenever I decide to. The alcohol is causing the glue in this brush where the metal piece meets the wood to apparently come undone and sticky. Fun fact. See? Quite the difference. And your light blue kind of gets lost in it too as a blending color. Sorry, I'm not seeing the exact part that I'm doing right now. It's very hard to angle it at you. That's a lot of blue. So I just want to blend that in better, make it less harsh. So I'm just using a lot of alcohol to kind of take some of it up. There we go. It's a little bit, a little bit better there. So let's go back over here to our green and blue side. And I'm holding this against me, and I bet you I got ink on my. I don't have it. Okay. And if you just want more blend, just add more alcohol. I'm not used to being so quiet while I work. My kid is at grandma's, so I can't hear her. I don't have music on. It's just weird. So my purple's kind of taken over down here, so I'm going to just lighten that part up now. I just want it to blend into the blue a little bit better. So I'm just going to pull downward. There we go. And then just blend it out. See? A little bit lighter on that one part. I think I can drag some of the blue over there though and fill it in. There we go. That's better. Almost done. For those of you that have hung out with me this long, we're on purple. And these bigger chunks are a lot easier. You can usually do them in like two swoops. I go through the middle of the color and then I go towards the edges and blend. Oh no, my big hand's in the way. Probably didn't help at all. It just made a weird face. I'm doing the purple on this side now. Blending it into the blue. And I really like the brush stroke look. I don't know if other people do, but I do. I think it looks different than how other people have done tie-dyes. I've seen a lot of different ways that they've been done, and they're all different, unique, and beautiful. So you do you. So where the colors meet, I literally am just blending it all together. See? So you don't even really have that much light pink at the bottom of this one. A little bit more up top here. So we'll take a look, see if there's any spots that, oh, well, we forgot the bottom. Well, we didn't forget, I forgot. So, same concept. Yay. Okay, let's see if there's any spots that really need anything. Don't mind my ring on the inside of the cup scraping. That's kind of a harsh blend right there. So I got a lot of pink on my brush, so 1 second. Okay, so let's just kind of soften that a little bit. That's better. So I got some good brush strokes throughout, good blends. So I am going to let it dry, and then I will epoxy it with a little bit of glitter. Like I said, this one was Mini Chandelier from Glitter by Mama Boss, which is where I'm live right now, and where I always go live, because I love you guys. So this will stay up. I'll answer any questions, I guess, quick. Sorcery, yes. Where did you find the alcohol markers? These ones I found at Tuesday Morning. There's a lot of them on Amazon. This is the only brand I've tried so far, but yeah. So this will stay up. This was actually shorter than I thought it was going to be, and thank you guys for hanging out with me. And I will pop it up on my YouTube with the other tutorials too. So, bye!